Being a buyer in this crazy hot market can be very challenging, but I believe with the right strategy, you can feel confident that you're not overpaying for the home that you love. Hi, welcome to East Texas Living. My name is Esau Tercios, and I'm a realtor in the East Texas area. In today's video, I want to give you, the buyer, a few tips on how to compete in this hot market without breaking the bank. So stay tuned. But real quick, please make sure that you like this video. I see that some of you are watching this video, but you're not liking it. And whenever you do like it, it allows others to see this type of content. And also, please consider subscribing to the channel and make sure that you share this video so that other people can be educated. All right, let's get back to it. One of the first things that you're gonna want to do is have a pre-approval letter. Now, this letter doesn't necessarily get you approved for a loan, but this helps the agent in knowing how much home you can afford. And then also let your agent know how much cash or what difference you can do if you have enough cash in hand to cover if the appraisal is low, which we will discuss that in a few minutes. The other thing that you can do is ask the agent to give you a comparative market analysis or a CMA. Now, what this is an analysis of what has been sold around the area within the last 6 months. So that'll, take into factor location, condition, and square footage. This is very helpful because it allows you to know really what's going on in the market and making sure that you're not overpaying or underbidding a home. So you want to be able to have that number that will compete with the other ones, but you're not overpricing it. Now, this isn't a number that necessarily appraisers are going to go by. We just try to do as best as we can to get close to that number. So how do you plan for an appraisal being low? Well, I'm glad you asked. There is an addendum that gives you 3 options. Those 3 options are a full waiver, a partial waiver, and then a right to terminate. So let's start with the first one, a full waiver. What that means is that regardless of where the appraisal lands, you're gonna pay that difference. And so if you have plenty of cash in hand, or you know that you can afford whatever, then this is a good option for you, and it really just stands out amongst the other offers because the sellers will be able to see that this person is capable of covering regardless of where the appraisal lands. Number 2, the partial waiver. Now, what this really is, it allows you, the buyer, to set the limit on how much you are willing to cover up the difference if the appraisal is low. So this is a good option as well because this lets the sellers know that you can go up to a certain point. And then the third one is the right to termination. Now, this is really more to cover you because you don't want to overbid. So if you give a price above the listing price, but you're worried that it may not appraise right, this gives you the option to back out of the contract. And another good thing about this option is that you don't forfeit your earnest money. This gives you another covering that if you back out, you can still keep your earnest money. Please note that the addendum to terminate is only for conventional loans. This does not apply to FHA or VA loans. In the end, make sure that you discuss with your agent what you're capable of doing, and this will help the agent knowing where you're at financially. Another strategy that you could do is what's called a backup contract. Now, what this contract is basically saying is that if the other contract that has been accepted falls through, you're the next person in line. If you're playing it smart and you don't want to overbid, this is a good strategy because maybe that buyer went in over their head and can't cover the difference between the appraisal. So they would back out of that contract, and that would slide you right in there, ready to go and execute the contract. Now, in the process that first contract is pending, you still have the option to back out of the contract within a certain amount of days if you find a different home. And so just make sure that you speak with your agent on understanding the backup contract process a little better. I'm just giving you a quick snapshot. Now, some things to look for and make sure that your agent isn't offering these things to make the contract look better. One of the things you don't want to see is that your earnest money is non-refundable. 1, the agent is practicing law, and that's unauthorized. And 2, you're going to be forfeiting money that you could otherwise keep. There are other ways to go around this to make your contract look a little better. And one of those options is increasing the option fee or adding additional earnest money. You really want to make sure that the earnest money that you're putting up front can be refunded to you if you have that option. Another thing not to do is to eliminate option periods or inspection periods. Now, this is really for the buyer. This gives you the opportunity to inspect the home and make sure that it is in good condition. Because if it's not, then you have the ability to back out. But if you eliminate the option and inspection period, this really can put you in a bind, because then you're going to be stuck with this home that maybe has costly repairs, and you don't want to be buying a home not knowing if there are any issues with the home. So try to be mindful of that. So as you go out there looking for your next home, make sure you have an agent that is on your side and helping you having a winning strategy. So best of luck on your home search, but until next time, God bless.